Welcome to Derek Does. Today, we're doing this. This is a series I did on baking. I did this a couple years ago and I just hated to waste it. And I thought I'd throw it up here on Derek Does because I do a lot of stuff. Now this particular one is this, and I think you're going to enjoy it. Hi, welcome to Baking with Derek. I'm going to show you how to make these two loaves of bread. These are called French Boule, which I think translates into ball. It's super easy to make. Only takes a few minutes of your day, although it does take a whole day for it to rise and to bake and everything along that nature. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Come on. I'm going to start with about 125 to 150 grams of whole wheat and about 875 grams of all-purpose flour. Now you can combine the two. We just need to have 1,000 altogether. About 650 grams of water, room temperature, 20 grams of salt, and 8 grams of yeast. I like to use a combination of whole wheat and all-purpose flour. Make sure you set your scale to 0. Add the whole wheat first. And then the all-purpose. You want 1,000 grams altogether. 20 grams of salt, and about 8 grams of yeast. Now it doesn't have to be exact, but pretty close. Then I mix all the dry ingredients into one bowl. Then add water. You're looking for about 625, 650 grams. Add your yeast, sprinkle on top, and let sit for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I like to give it a little swirl because there's a little bit of yeast sometimes that sticks to the side, and mix your dry ingredients into it. Once it's all incorporated, let it sit for about a half an hour and cover with a towel. Now, I like to use a mixer. You can also do it by hand. The mixer will take about 5 minutes with a dough hook, and by hand will take about 10 minutes. Even after the mixer, I still like to hand knead it just to get a feel for the dough to make sure it's right. Make sure you flour your surface, and use a dough scraper to get it out of the bowl. Flour the top. You'll know when it's ready when it has a silky smooth finish. Put it back into the bowl, cover it, and let it sit for 3.5 hours. Okay, let's take a look at this. 3.5 hours. It's risen pretty well, hasn't it? So we use our thin scraper. We're going to cut it in half. One, two. Add a little flour underneath it. Squish it. Fold it. Fold it. Fold it. Fold it. Here's the fun part. After folding your dough many times, roll it back and forth between your hands, forming tension on the top, and you'll see it. You'll know when it's ready. And repeat on the other piece. Little flour on top. And cover. And let sit for half an hour. Okay, ready? We're going to use 2 of these. We get a flour. Flour each bowl so your dough won't stick. So we take these out. Put a little flour. We're basically repeating what we did earlier. Press them down again. There we go. 1, 2. Fold that down. We do the same thing. Bubbles. You want to get those out. Place upside down into the bowl. Upside down. A little flour. Same thing with this one. Cover and let sit for an hour and a half. All right, so we're about 40 minutes away from baking. So what I do at this time is heat up the oven because you need to have it preset and heat it up. I'm gonna make this bread twice, basically. I'm gonna make one in a Dutch oven, which is cast iron Dutch oven, and the other I'm gonna make it in a pizza pan. Stone. So I'm going to show you the 2 different ways and we'll see how they look different maybe at the end or how they look very similar. This is a lot easier. You just throw the bread on, you're good to go. This one, you have to open it up with the bread in, close it up. We'll get to that. But we're going to preheat this stuff. One thing I also do is I just have a glass pie pan that I put some water in, then I put at the bottom to give it some steam. Okay, so I've taken both these out. I'm gonna show you. Here's our bread. What we're gonna do, we're gonna flip it over. It should come right out. We're gonna do the same here. Flip it in my hand. Drop down. Okay, second step is we use what's called a lame. It's basically a razor blade. Cut. Cut. Put the lid on. Put this in. Put this in. Now we wait. All right, 15 minutes in, we're gonna take off the lid of the Dutch oven. Open her up. And this one, just lift right up. So right there. This one, which is inside here, just a spatula works for the most part. Set her there. Look, we did it. A perfect baked bread. Now what I do is I make 2 of these. One I put right away, we eat it. The other one I wrap in plastic and I put in the freezer, and you can keep it up for a few weeks, but usually about halfway through the week we take it out because we've already gone through all this bread. So it's super easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm gonna have lots of baking coming up, and check out the ingredients down below also. They're also in the video. Happy baking.